If you were asked to venture into the pitch-black catacombs of the ancient Egyptians, would you do it? And what if I told you that these catacombs are crawling with venomous snakes and spiders that can kill with a single bite, and all you have to guide you is your flashlight? My guess is that most of you would say no, and I can't say I blame you, but this is just one of the many challenges explorers and Egyptologists are faced with in their pursuit of discovery. Welcome to the channel, and in this video we'll be going in depth into the greatest unsolved mysteries of the pyramids. But before we dive in, let's start off with a little pop quiz. Just pick the answer that's correct. Is it A, the Great Pyramid of Giza took about 20 years to build, B, aliens built the pyramids, or C, the Pyramid of Giza has over 2 million stone blocks? I'll give you a second. Okay, now if you're a smart person, you know the answer is obviously B, the aliens built the pyramids. Or maybe it's just me that believes that. But anyways, it's really A and C that are correct, so if you got it right, go ahead and pat yourself on the back. But yes, both of these facts about the Great Pyramid of Giza are true. The pyramids are among the most fascinating and intriguing creations we humans have ever built. They are still a marvel to this day, which is impressive given the fact that they are thousands of years old. The Pyramid of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the world, was constructed over 4,500 years ago. And that is even older than Queen Elizabeth II, which I didn't even know was possible. So yeah, the pyramids have been around for a long time. Despite this, there are still so many things that we have yet to discover concerning the pyramids of Egypt. So let's dive right in and look at some of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the pyramids. But before we get started, be sure to like and subscribe, or else you will be cursed by King Tut. Okay. Mystery number 1 on our list is the question of how the pyramids were built. Now to us modern humans, the question seems easy to answer. It would still be difficult, but they'd probably just need to get a stone from a quarry, shape it into blocks, and put it in carts or carriages and bring it to the base of the pyramid. But there's just one tiny issue. The Egyptians didn't have wheels. As in, wheels literally had not even been invented yet. The ancient Egyptians somehow found a way to move giant stones from the quarry to the base of the pyramid without wheels of any kind. How they got their cars to run is an even bigger mystery to me. And these were also no regular stones either. In the Great Pyramid of Giza, each stone weighed an average of 5,500 pounds. That means every stone weighed the same as 2 2020 Honda Civics. So if you ask me, it's rather impressive that the Egyptians moved these stones without wheels of any kind. But this begs the question, how did they transfer these behemoths of stones? While we don't know with 100% certainty, archaeologists and scientists have a good theory. Once the stone was pulled out of the quarry, scientists believe that the Egyptians actually wet the sand of the desert with water, which would help the stone blocks travel more smoothly. By wetting the sand, the friction between the stone and the sand would be greatly reduced, and would require much less manpower to pull the stone. And if you think what you just heard is hard to believe, then stay buckled in because it's about to get a whole lot crazier. The ancient Egyptians, as many know, were very invested in the stars above us. They played a big part in the religion of the ancient Egyptians, as their gods and goddesses were often represented as stars or constellations. On a side note, how on earth did the ancient Egyptians remember the names of all of their gods? I forget the names of my extended family members half of the time, and the Egyptians had several hundreds of deities to keep note of. But to get back on track, the stars were very important to these people. So important, in fact, that it even shows up in the formations of the pyramids of Giza. It was discovered that the 3 pyramids of Giza line up quite evenly with the constellation of Orion's belt. Now, I'm not even going to bother pronouncing the names of these stars, as I would probably butcher them. They line up rather evenly, and given the ancient Egyptians' obsession with the stars, it would not be a stretch to assume that these have a correlation with one another. Now, as to why the Egyptians may have done this, there are a myriad of explanations as to why. Most are centered around their religion in some form or another, and it's very fascinating to see the ancient Egyptians' dedication and willingness to go into extreme detail with their monuments. But remember earlier when I suggested that perhaps aliens built the pyramids? All I'm saying is that if you have a hard time believing all of this, just remember that the alien conspiracy theory is still 100% a possibility. I'm also not biased in any way whatsoever. But this next mystery is sure to give you the creeps, so in past years, researchers have been studying what lies under the pyramids. As it turns out, the ancient Egyptians loved creating things deep underground as well. Though this shouldn't really come as a surprise, as the word Giza literally translates to mouth of the passages in the language of the ancient Egyptians. So if you hadn't guessed it already, the ground underneath the pyramids is home to miles of tunnels and caves. Over the years, researchers have gone in and explored lots of these said tunnels and caves. But due to their age and wanting to preserve and further study them, these tunnels are generally off limits to your average tourist. Now you might be wondering, what's so mysterious about the discovery of these caves and tunnels? But the mystery is not centered around what we've discovered, but more so what we haven't. Recently, explorers and Egyptologists found an entrance to some catacombs that nobody in recent memory had come across before, and these catacombs are believed to be a possible entrance to a vast network of caves and tunnels, almost like an underground labyrinth. There's just one teeny tiny issue though, which is that this area is crawling with venomous snakes and spiders, and that can make it rather difficult to explore a new place. I personally would not go exploring down there if they paid me. Venomous snakes and spiders, nearly pitch black, and catacombs where humans and animals were buried? Yeah, no thank you. I feel like at that point you're just asking for some sort of ancient curse. This theory of a whole network of tunnels also has historical evidence to support it. The Greek historian Herodotus also believed that there were secret passages underneath the pyramids, as he noted in his writings. Who knows what lies deep beneath the surface of the pyramids? My personal guess is the passage that leads to Area 51, which is obviously where they'd keep the aliens that built the pyramids, and I bet that the government put all those venomous snakes and spiders there to stop us. But alas, only time will tell, and then you will all see that I've been right this whole time. Now for the final unsolved mystery, we will be investigating the one place that we haven't checked. We've looked up to the stars and down under the ground, but this final mystery takes us into the Great Pyramid of Giza itself. This is the most famous pyramid in all of Egypt, as it was the pyramid dedicated to King Khufu. This pyramid has also been heavily explored and researched, and for a long time, we believed that we knew everything that there was to know. Explorers have made many blueprints detailing rooms such as various passageways, underground chambers, air shafts, the gallery, and the chambers of the king and queen. But one day in 2016, a shocking discovery was made. By using a special scanning method that doesn't cause harm to the pyramids, scientists were able to locate a large empty area in the pyramid. The empty space is 100 feet long, or as long as 6.5 Honda Civics put in a straight line. But the purpose of this room is unknown, and without going inside the room ourselves, we may never know for sure. But we do have a few guesses. One is that it was used as a ramp to aid in the construction of the pyramid, and was sealed off when the construction was complete. Or it could very well be a room containing something extremely important, and the ancient Egyptians sealed it to make whatever lays inside very difficult to obtain. Perhaps it contains Pharaoh Khufu's body, which has never been found, or maybe it contains all of the socks that seem to mysteriously disappear from everybody's sock drawer. Or, better yet, it could be where all the aliens are hiding. You know, just a thought. But whatever the case, hopefully someday we are able to discover what lies within. If you made it this far, I really do appreciate it, and to show my gratitude, I will now show you a picture of a cute puppy. And remember, if you have any topics you'd like for me to cover, just let me know in the comments below. So thank you all, and I'll see y'all later.